Hello, this is Mr. Huff, and I want to talk to you about how to make this plate that has a variety of holes in it. We'll worry more about what's going on later, but first we're going to go to Inventor, and we're going to start a new part. And we're going to start by making a circular plate on this work plane. It's going to be 4 inches across and 2 inches thick. Okay, once we have that, we're going to start a new sketch on the surface by clicking the top, and we're going to choose circle and construction lines. Go to the center of our little block plate here and draw that out, and we put it at 2.5 inches. Turn off construction lines, and we're going to add a point here on the y-axis where that circle intersects. We're going to choose circular pattern, and what you should do is choose geometry and click on the point and then choose axis and click on the circle, and it took me 3 tries to get this right, but I finally got it. We're going to change it from 6 to 5, and you can count and see that there are indeed 5 intersecting points, and I'm going to click OK and finish that. Okay, now we're going to choose the hole tool. I'm going to point this out right now. When you click on the threaded portion the first time, it's going to probably take about 2 minutes to build the thread database in the background. After that, it will work very quickly. So the first time you click on this, it's going to take a minute or two for it to load up. Notice how you can choose different kinds of threads and things right here. I'm really not changing the thread any today on this. I'll be changing the size later, but I just wanted to point out when you click on this, expect it to kind of hang up. So you'll notice that when I choose that, it made all 5 holes. I don't want all 5 holes, I only want 1. So I'm going to hold down my shift key and click on the points that I don't want, leaving only 1 left. And then I look at the depth here, so it's describing where the thread ends and that sort of thing. So I'm going to make that a little longer, and it's got to go deeper. It can't have thread longer than it is. Okay, so it's a 1.5 inch deep hole, and it has thread on the first 1 inch. Okay. Now the problem is when you do that, it consumes the sketch. So I'm using Share Sketch to make that sketch visible everywhere else. Okay, so now I can see that sketch again. I'm going to choose the hole tool again, and again it tries to make the remaining holes, whichever one it is. So I change to a different profile, and I choose holding down shift, I get rid of the other holes that I don't want, and click apply or OK. And yeah, I'm just showing you the depth and that sort of thing. I'm going to choose the hole tool again, select a different kind of hole, and we're going to choose the ones I don't want, holding down the shift key, and those will disappear. And then click apply, and I've got it. Then I click the hole tool again, and I choose Countersink, and I hold down shift and get rid of the one I don't want, and click apply. And then it goes to the hole tool one more time. This time I want just a smooth bore. No, actually I'm going to change these dimensions over here. So I'm pulling up measure, looking for something. Really what I want to do is change the size. We're going to make it through all. That's going to punch it all the way. And I'm going to make it a 1/2 inch hole instead of a 1/4 inch hole. And then the problem I'm going to run into is the top part is not big enough for the extrusion. It needs to be larger than 1/2 inch so that it can countersink. And now we have it. So once we get all that done, we have 5 different holes. I'm going to go and choose polycarbonate as a material. It can be any clear material for this project. So when you click on that, it's going to let you see through, and you can see the threads, how it's drilled deeper than the screw, and the thread is only about 1 inch. Save it with something meaningful. In this case I call it IE circle plate, but I put it in lowercase, so we have to put IE circle plate uppercase because we only name things in uppercase letters. And that is how you make this plate. The key is holding down Shift and getting rid of the features that you don't want. So when you're done, you should have a plate that has 5 different kinds of holes in it. The end.